Hey everybody! Whoa, my mic has really picked that up. Wow. I am so sorry. But hey, I'm gonna be showcasing you guys Taurus Zane. Now this is a build that I wanted to perfect during my Taurus Zane playthrough of the game. But because I only had like 5 days, or like only 5 episodes, which are about like 2 to 3 hours long, I didn't really have much time to spend on that, really trying to perfect the build, so I just went for Speed Demon, I guess. Just so I could beat the game fast, so I could get the TVHM and stuff. Beat the game on both normal and TVHM. If you want to, just check out my channel, go down to Taurus Zane. It will be released shortly, by the time you're watching this. But once it finally is released on April 1st, you can see most of what the build is. I picked up 2 monocles at the beginning, and I just put in a bunch of points towards Cold Bore. That was my build for the beginning, and that's how I completely wiped out all the enemies for the first episode. The second episode, I noticed I was catching behind, so I swapped over to Speed Demon, just so I could beat the game faster, beat it in normal mode and True Valhalla mode faster, so I can pump this out quicker. So, with that kind of disclaimer out of the way, let's get to the build. So, literally, you only need like 4 guns, and I do have anointments, but those are optional because in the during the playthrough that I did not. Well, Redux disables your anointments, and this is and I'm playing on Redux. I'm still playing, like, currently playing on Redux. As you can see, how these 2 guns are pearlescence, and also the Piss Grenade is rare. Now, Krakatoa is also pearlescent. Yeah, some of these things are changed, and for knowledge, but this will still probably work on just without Redux, no mods. Or if you want something that's guaranteed to work, just check out Jolt's dude's Cannon crit build. Because this is basically the Cannon crit build, just with less cannon, I guess you could say. The only thing that's really required is, well, all the skills, but just a good sniper rifle. That's all you really need. Just a gun that does a lot of crit damage. Same as the Unforgiven. The Unforgiven is a really good pistol, just in case if you like run out of sniper ammo or you just don't feel like using the sniper rifle, which you're not going to run out of ammo, trust me on that one. But even without the anoints, these guns will still probably one-shot, because like enemies usually only have like 500,000 health, and I'm doing well over 12 million with this. So even without the anointments, you're still going to be slaying hard. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the build. Everything else that you see here is just optional. So yeah, you want the Skull Mashers because those just do the most damage as a sniper rifle, in my opinion, that I've noticed and tested. Unforgiven, for obvious reasons, it just does a bunch of crit damage. Shut off randomly. So if you want to do like the crit cannon, just hold on to a Unforgiven and just start spamming the cannon. Mainly because the Unforgiven still gives you plus critical hit damage, even if you're not using the weapon, which is pretty insane. Yes, all of these are god rolls. I did use the save editor to get these, so none of this is realistic. So all of these are god rolls. Perfect guns. These are all perfect guns. So most of the stuff is pretty unrealistic, but it will still work even if you don't have god rolls. So Transformer, as you see here, I just like using the Transformer just so I don't get my shield broken immediately. That's just a personal preference. You really don't need anything else. It's just the weapons and the skills that you need. Transformer, just because my personal preference is my favorite shield in the game. It's Piss. You're playing as Zane, you're not going to be using grenades. So it could literally be anything, but if you are using a grenade, its piss will, of course, uh, it will debuff the enemy. I'm not sure if it does that in Redux, but whatever. It does, only at 20%, so it's not that good. Executor class mod. This is what you want to choose. Uh, this is where all your damage is coming from. This is also pretty much required, but the skills in it are not. You can basically have anything, but this is just what I have. Of course, it is God roll, so action skill damage maxed out. Action skill cooldown rate is max, and sniper rifle damage is what I chose for it, and it's for the snipers, because this is mostly just going to be snipers. So, yeah, it could be literally anything. Um, yeah, so you only need two, you only need like, uh, so with the extra points, you can basically just max this out, get that 100% extra shot chance. You don't really need too much of this because you're not going to be shooting the same gun over and over again in case you use something else. Deathless, this is just a personal preference. Mainly just using this just for the shield recharge rate and the shield recharge delay. But this is required. This is not really required. So, and it doesn't matter what element you get on this thing, but you can basically use any artifact. Another artifact that you should keep your eyes on is the Pearl of Knowledge, but I am not accurate at all. If you're using controller, definitely put on the knowledge. But if you're just using keyboard and mouse, then just use the deathless because you're going to be missing a lot of those shots. So let me explain here. So I do have a bunch of weapons here, just in case if you want to choose something else, but none of these are required at all. None of these weapons are required at all. This is just if you want to use these weapons just to liven up the build. But I do have to warn you, the moment you choose any of these other weapons, immediately switch over to the Seeing Dead comp. Otherwise, just the Executor will not do you any justice with any of these weapons. Unless you're using, like, the Hunted Snipers, then you can still probably keep on the Executor mod and still do some damage, same as Wedding Invitation, and possibly the Conky Bastards, but you really don't need that. The reason why you have 4 Skull Mashers is just in case if you just want to just quadruple wield Skull Mashers, but that's basically it. That's the only reason why it's there. Yeah, I have 2 Conky Bastards just so you can swap between them, same as the Skull Mashers and the Unforgiven. I forgot to get another Wedding Invitation, but I'm going to put in another Wedding Invitation after this. But yeah, you would usually have 2 Wedding Invitations. So Sandhawks, just in case if you want to use something else. But you don't really need to worry about breaking shields or breaking armor because you just deal enough damage anyway just to one-shot everything. The Malik's Bane is good in Redux mod, so this is why I put it in the build. But otherwise, it's not really required. Auto aims, I had a lot of experience using this during my playthrough, and it was a hard carry. So it is definitely better in Redux mod. So I would definitely check out the auto aim, but it's not really good in Mayhem 11 or it's not really good in the Mayhem levels, the higher Mayhem levels. But definitely keep an eye out for these if you're going to do some low Mayhem levels. I don't know why you would, because this already does Mayhem levels. Hunteds, just for extra flavor, if you want to choose something else, these guns also work pretty well. Krakatoa for obvious reasons, because it's just a really OP sniper rifle. And this basically just one-shots the entire game, so yeah, it's pretty. But if you want to make it not just a walk in the park, just a walkthrough, you can just basically just use whatever else. This just makes the game way too easy. But it's there just in case if you want to use it. Boogeyman's, just for extra flavor if you want to use it. I do not have the cryo radiation variants because you really don't need the cryo and radiation variants. So it doesn't matter too much. But if you want to get it, then go ahead. I'll most likely put in the cryo and the radiation variants of all these guns in the download link. But you just don't see them here for now. These shields, of course, you can use any of these shields. These are the shields that I recommend, though. I do not have an anointment on the Frozen Heart, but sadly. But yeah, you can use any shield that you want. It's just I like to use the Transformer. Yeah, this isn't really required, but if you want to, but I do recommend using the Void Rift. because the void rift is pretty good, but I like survivability, so I'm going to keep on the transformer. Again, Seeing Dead, if you choose any other weapon other than the Skullmaster's Unforgiven, immediately swap over to the Seeing Dead comm. Ineffable Knowledge if you have aim, and Snowdrift. Just if you want to speed things, this is not a perfect Snowdrift. I'll fix that later. But I just wanted to get this out into the public as fast as I can. Trust me, it will be there when you check it out. Oh, so if you're wondering, I put in 1,000,000 Iridian, just in case if you wanted to use the Fabricator to get any other weapons that you want, because I did not put in every sniper rifle or every like AR or pistol in here. Just in case if you want to see if you can farm and get what you want, you have all that iridium. Skills. This is probably the most important part. Immediately put in Cold Bore. So if you're just starting off a new playthrough and you want to get into this build, immediately start off Cold Bore. This is where your bread and butter is. And also if you're starting this off in a new playthrough, immediately go over to if you're starting off a new playthrough, immediately right off the start of the game, when you're in the droughts, go over and where's the farm? I don't know where it is. I honestly don't know where it is. I think it's over here. I'm not too sure. But you can find the demo Skagans, immediately farm them for the monocle. And then immediately start putting points into Cold Bore. And then get 2 monocles and then just swap in between. You'll see in a moment. Violent Momentum. You're most likely just going to be walking around, so this is just good for bonus damage, and this is just to work down further down the tree. So this isn't really needed too much. Yet, these points are only here just to work down the skill tree. Cool Hand. Of course, the reload speed is always nice, because you're going to be using sniper rifles a lot. You don't want to be stuck there reloading all the time. Seeing Red for obvious reasons. Violent Violence. You're not going to be using fire rate too much, but if you're going to be using other weapons other than the sniper rifles, then this is a good choice. I put it in here just in case. Playing Dirty. For obvious reasons, because you can do basically just 100% more damage. This is just for 5 shots every kill, which you're going to be getting a lot, so this is easily worth it. No Good Misfortune, because you're going to be using the shoulder cannon the most of the time, and Deathfall is close for obvious reasons. Nothing in the red tree, so you can skip over. If you want to take out Violent Momentum, or you don't want to put in like a ton of points into Violent Momentum or Violent Violence for some reason, I don't even think you'll be able to work down the tree. But just in case, if you can, I would put more points into here. I'd immediately put into probably Rise Through the Occasion or Adrenaline, just so you can get the Futility Belt and the really expensive jacket. If you somehow get further down in here, obviously spend points as you can. But in the green tree, I like survivability, because if you go down, you're basically screwed. I have tried it. If you go down, you're basically going to do no damage at all, and you won't be able to revive yourself, even with like a Rhino or an OPQ system. So, might as well stop yourself from dying. Put 3 points into all of these. It will be really obvious to the reasoning why. If you want to choose the shield, go to Nanosites or some shite, or All-Rounder. If you don't want to use the All-Rounder and you're pretty wise with your sniper rifle shots, then use the charged relay just for the extra movement speed and bonus, which I do want on mine. But I usually have on the Sentinel, but just mainly because of the bad dose and the static field, which is really banger in my opinion, and extremely overpowered. Even though the Sentinel, there's like, this is not a Sentinel build. The Sentinel still does insane damage, so might as well have it on. Purple Tree, this is where you're going to put all your points. Deja Vu for obvious reasons. Mana Focus for more accuracy and handling, because Skullmaster barely has any of that. It actually gets negative 150 weapon accuracy, so this is basically required if you want to use the best sniper rifle in the game. Headsman Hand for obvious reasons, because you're going to be doing critical hit damage if you want that big money. Commitment for extra gun damage and extra cooldown rate, because you're going to be using the shoulder cannon a lot. Cold Shoulder, that's just a personal preference, but if you don't want to use the Cold Shoulder, I would use the Brain Drain, which I'll swap over to just to show you guys. Domino Effect. You get extra reload speed, that's always nice, and It's just always nice. If you don't want to choose domino effect, this is just my personal preference. I don't really like sitting there reloading all the time. But you can change it over to Art of War if you're going to be fighting bosses more often. Because then you could just spam your Mantis Cannon and just get 10 stacks of Art of War and instantly one-shot the boss. And R-Man Flat, just in case if you are fighting bosses or if you're fighting tougher enemies, you can aim down your sights and immediately obliterate your target. Guardian rank is optional, but I keep it on just for the extra damage, and we're playing on Mayhem at 11. And because of Redux, there are no modifiers. Do not worry. So after that long explanation, let's actually go and find out. So this, even though the skill tree isn't completely optimized, like, the skill tree isn't completely optimized. There's a ton of things that you can change to make it better. But even with you change it to my personal preferences, watch this, dude. You're going to be amazed. Dual Wielding Zane exists. Dual Wielding Zane exists. This is Mayhem 11 Redux mod. Please check out the Redux mod. It is just managed and hosted by Epic NNG, which you can find on YouTube, and a bunch of other people who helped them out with the project. You should definitely check it out, and check out the Valhunter's Paradise Discord server, because that is where all the money's at. Okay, look at that. Alright, alright. Oh, one shot. Okay, don't mind my terrible aim. Don't mind my terrible aim. Look at how powerful this still is, and the build isn't completely optimized. Because I put in some skill points and I'm not using, like, the most powerful shield combo. And I'm not using, like, the perfect skills, mainly just because of personal preference. And this is still one-shotting most enemies and two-shotting badasses. This is definitely a choice that you should consider. Because my aim is pretty ass, it is major cringe. My aim. And look at my shield. Pay attention to my shield as much as you can. Okay, don't mind me. Oh, I don't have my skill skills, no wonder why. Okay, I don't have my skill skills up. Okay, I'm gonna literally bathe in the middle of this. Look at how slow my health bar is going on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's put in a little bit of shoulder cannon work. Okay, I'm gonna hit no shots with my shoulder cannon. Yeah. Look at that. I'm literally standing in the middle of the chaos. Yeah, turrets are... Enemies like this, with no crit spawn, is definitely going to be your weakness. Because you want to hit those saucy crits. Yeah, let's quickly complete a round of there. Boink. If you can hit the shoulder cannon, it does one shot still. Like I said, this is pretty much just a modified version of Jilt's dude's build. So yeah, let's try a little bit of the Unforgiven. I didn't get to show off the Unforgiven. But yeah, you can still use the Unforgiven while using the Executor class mod and still get the same results. Check this out. Oh, I don't have my kill skills? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, once you get your kill skills, you're basically just gonna be walking through enemies. If you can hit, that is. I'm not really accurate. I'm not really accurate, so not really looking good. Still not looking too good because I just don't know how to hit my shots. Yeah, even if you don't like swap spam, you can still like do some gnarly damage. I mean, look at that. That's insane. Yeah, enemies with no crit spots are your weakness. Yeah, I gotta get my kill skills. Yeah, I'm not swamping and I'm still doing pretty decent. Oh, I need a reload, hold on. Yeah, look at how much the enemy's trying to kill me, and look at that. I'm already at full health. Barely no time has passed. So yeah, let's quickly show off a boss, shall we? Who's our favorite boss? Everyone... Oh, oops. I didn't want to... yeah, if you basically just want a boss rush, then... Yeah, you can respec a couple skills if you're really that sensitive to it. Just respec a couple skills, just so you can basically just farm up that extra damage beforehand. But you really don't need to. Now, I haven't done any testing on the boss, so we're about to find out. Like I said, this isn't really a... Yeah, you're not going to be getting any enemy kills for obvious reasons. So you're not going to do, like, too insane damage. Oops, I accidentally shot all 5 of my shots at once. Oops. But yeah, this build is really just for mobbing. Of course, like I said, you can respec a couple skills and get that actual, like, boss damage. But there you go. It still works even if you don't, like, respec and change. It still works pretty well against bosses. Like, you can get the job done on the highest mayhem level. Get that sweet, sweet loot. Get that Mega Millions, would be idle, interesting. That's almost a perfect idle. Jesus. 55 shock radiation cursor reason? Jesus. Yeah, let's show off like another boss. How about Tron, you know? Everyone likes bullying Tron. And we are fighting a lot of bandits. Let's show off some Malawan soldiers on our way there. Still works against Malawan enemies, of course. Yeah, if you're going to be fighting bosses, of course, respec and choose Art of War. And, yeah, mainly just Art of War. And there's a couple of... And you can change, like, you definitely change the shield and some of the other things. And disable the Sentinel so you can get the It's Piss grenade. And also use the Execute. Shine up. On my TVHM playthrough of the game, I actually was able to kill this guy before he killed the other guy and sucked him to the ground. Oh, I need my kill skills. Hold on. Yeah, don't accidentally use all of your, Hey. See, he immediately died. I ran out of ammo somehow. What? As you can see, it still works wonders against. Still works wonders against Mellow soldiers. Yeah, the Snowdrifter way to Trump. Oop. Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't... yeah.
I'll kill you.
Okay. Oh, I need to reload. Alright. I missed. You can just let your little buddy friend just do all the work. Yeah, you can just wipe the floor with bosses like him. Resident Evil. Black Panther, cool. So yeah, that's the build showcase. Yeah, I'll add in cryo variants of some of these guns and put in an extra wedding invitation. And yeah, that's how the build works. Yep, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And this was Taurus Zane or Dual Wielding Zane. Maximum output. 795 million damage. You seeing that? You see that?